Hello, people. I have some interesting stuff today. Okay, first of all, get off of there now. I'm sorry, I have to yell. Okay, I have some interesting stuff today. First of all, um, some stuff is exclusive, but I want to tell you also what I got coming up. I have a interview coming up right now. We're just about got it done. We also got one done for January. These people I'm interviewing aren't going to go anyplace else. They will come here to be interviewed, and they're going to be really good interviews, and I'm looking forward to doing them. When I give a date on the first one, I'll let you know. It could be any day. I'll be dropping something to let you know right away. Um, Also, I want to talk about another exclusive I have, and I'm going to give it to you once again before Jerry Capisci does. Jerry Capisci is going to probably report on it in a day or two, but I'm going to give it to you today. Okay, so let's see right here. The first one is Gene Borrello has been ordered by the court to remove his ankle bracelet. Yes, the same Gene Borrello that everybody said was going to be going to prison. He's back in court in January. There's no guarantees when you go before the court. But the court ordered today for him to remove his ankle bracelet. And this is before he goes to court in January. The fact of the matter is, the man's been doing what he's been supposed to do. He's been working, and he's been doing good. So, we live in a world where people deserve second chances. And that's what it comes down to. And if they break these second chances, like Sammy has done, if they break them and then they got to go before a judge, they're going to go back to court and they're going to be sentenced to prison, especially these gangsters that are looking at a whole shitload of time and they're out there, especially the witnesses that are out there and they got breaks, let's say, because they testified against somebody. And that's what Gene did. He testified against somebody. He testified against Ronnie G. Alonzo and other people. So Gene has removed his bracelet. See, I seen the video of him cutting it off and everything, but here's the problem with that. I would love to show that video, but I can't because it would violate. If I showed it on YouTube, it would violate his probation before he goes back to court. So I cannot show it. But if you hear stuff, people don't always think it's true. The man has been working. He has done what he's been ordered to do by the court. He hasn't broken any in several months now. He's just done what he's supposed to do. And if he messed any of that stuff up, he would go back to prison. Not jail, but prison. And he could possibly go for a long time. That's why we haven't heard from Gene. He hasn't been on YouTube or anything like that because he's been ordered to stay off of it. And he knows not to mess around because people are just looking forward to him going back to prison. So, like I said, exclusive. He cut his bracelet off today. I seen him cut it off. It was pretty awesome. And the guy was happy. And he used some big pruning shears and just snipped it right off. Okay. So you heard that here first. And I'm sure Jerry Capisci will probably be talking about it tomorrow. So once again, last month I beat Capisci to another story about what happened with Gene when he was in court. And once again, this. Sometimes it helps when you have good connections. People say, oh, Lee's connected to he has the wrong friends and stuff. Hey, people might think I have more friends, but the wrong friends. But these friends have never fucked me over like these other people have. Polly. I'm sorry. My dog's being a real asshole. So he has not fucked me over like these people on these sites have, in this genre have, the so-called friends. So yes, I consider him a friend, and I consider him a good friend. We'll see where it goes from there. Also, I'm going to be doing a story on the Bonanno captain, Ronnie G. I got a lot of stuff that people don't have. Once again, inside information on Ronnie G, and I'm going to be doing a story on him within the next couple of days. And he was the captain of the Bonanno family in the Howard Beach faction. And when people started going to jail, he in prison, he pretty much took over there for a while. He still has a lot of pull, a lot of power, and he's currently in jail. He's looking at, he's into I believe, a 14-year sentence or something like that. And he's only a couple of years in. So, I just wanted to mention that. But the fact is that he's in his late 40s, basically. So the guy will be getting out of jail when he's still got some life left in him. And it's going to be interesting to see whether he takes the Bonanno family back over. So besides that, okay, we got anklet bracelet coming off of Gene Borrello. Telling you about the story of Ronnie G. And here's another story. And this kind of sucks. For people that don't think that these people like Sammy Gravano doesn't follow these channels, what's going on, they do follow. And I'm going to show you the evidence I have of this. I did a video last night, and I put it out purposely last night, hoping to get past the copyrights. And it did. And then this morning, when I got up, it did 500 views like in 40 minutes. Now it's going to do really good. And then all of a sudden, I got a copy strike. The copy strike was attempted to, it was an attempted copy strike to have the video taken down and have me get a strike against me. It failed. Basically, what YouTube did is they gave me a copy strike where I do not get monetized. And let me show you this right now. Okay. And this is, feels good because this is when you know that you're getting to these people. Sammy Gravano is a very powerful man. Why does he give a hoot about my little channel? Why? Because I talked about the fact that he dealt drugs in Arizona with his children. And he brought his children into his empire to deal drugs. And that's who this man is. And people try to glorify him and everything. There's nothing to glorify about Sammy Gravano. Sammy Gravano's the same way today as he was back then. I mean, just look at his Michael Francis debates, whatever that crap going on over entertainment. Well, okay, so let me show you right here what exactly he did. Well, just so you know, this is Ronnie G. This is who I'll be doing the story on. And it's probably going to be like an hour-long video, but it's going to be talking about Ronnie G, how he grew, and everything else about him. And also, this is the copyright strike. And if you look at it closely, basically it says partially, it's a partial, and when they filed against me to literally have the show taken down, but it failed. And other people have tried to give me copyrights that have failed. This one fails, but it takes away my monetization of the video. Personally, I don't care if it takes away the monetization, but what bothers me is when people can't view it no more. In certain areas of the world, they cut it off. Even certain areas of the United States. And it's because someone from our genre, let's see. So yeah, this is 1 out of 10. This was going to be like a 4,000 hit video. And then it started rising real quick. And the duration on it was 16 minutes, 17 minutes. So people were watching this thing. That's huge duration time, watch time. And so they were watching this. And then Sammy Gravano's people, probably his son Gerard, filed a copyright against it. But here's the thing. You know they're not watching, so it's obvious what happened here. Somebody from our genre decided to get a hold of Sammy or Gerard and tell him that I had this video up. Who's a rat that is friends with Sammy? I don't want to mention their name, but the fact of the matter is, see, when you're a rat, you're a rat. And that's the thing. We see all types of videos put out that the people don't go after. I mean, really hardcore shit. But here it is, a video about Sammy Guevara, and Sammy Guevara's camp is worried about my little shit show, 2,700 people. But see, that tells me one thing. That tells me to do more videos on Sammy Guevara, talk more about the drug dealing that was going on in Arizona, and put more stuff out there. And I have to understand how to get around these better. See, they were also upset that I had Gravano's name in the opening sentence. And that's what basically what I should have done is write Sammy the Bull. But once I used his last name, Gravano, he could file a copyright. Now I could fight this copyright, but it's not worth it. It's not worth it to me, because I'm going to do other ones that he's not going to be able to stop. But see, this is what us as content creators should be doing. Instead of going after each other, hey, I got an idea, guys. How about if we go after guys like Sammy Guevara? Instead of acting like we're his friends, or we don't go after him because we're friends of people that like him. The fact of the matter, Sammy Guevara is more important to go after than John A. Light. Sure, John A. Light deserves to be going after. But if we put all our effort on John A. Light, but we forget about Sammy Guevara, Sammy Guevara put John Gotti in prison. Sammy Guevara put 30 other top-tier members of the Gambino family and other families in prison. That's who he is. And yet we want to forget about that. Now, this is how egotistical they are. They're upset that I'm writing about him bringing his family into deal drugs. Now, the video I showed yesterday showed one thing, that he was the leader of that family. He was the leader of that drug empire that he was building in Arizona. And it was his family, his son, his wife, and his daughter. They all got hit with time or probation. That's what they got hit with. Karen got hit with probation. I'm not sure if the mother did any time, but she got hit with probation. And the son did time. So, this is a man bringing his children into the drug business. So let's not make them, people put out false stuff like, oh, Sammy just wanted to help Gerard because Gerard got into this and he wanted to look out for his son. No, that's not what happened. He was running the business. He was building an empire. He bragged about it. And then the kids around him that were part of this all got nervous when Sammy started talking about killing people. They were like, holy shit, this is a real deal. You damn straight it's a real deal, because Sammy kills people. That's what he did for a living. So, it's a badge of honor that that man came after me, or his son came after me, to shut my channel down or to shut that show down. Because that tells me they're listening. They're watching these. And that makes you feel good because you want them doing that. It's not like, people say, oh, he's got a big 600,000 followers. He doesn't care about these little channels. That's bullshit. He does care. Because he understands one thing. These little channels can put something out that takes off. Something that grabs and holds, and it becomes viral. That's what happens on the internet all the time. Things become viral. So maybe all us guys should go after and do stuff like this. And listen, I'll get enemies because people like Sammy Guevara, but the reality is you might like Sammy Guevara, but would you trust him? What happened to his partners that trust him? What happened to Alan Kaiser, who got murdered? A 15-year-old boy that's just about to turn 16 gets shot down and murdered. And then Sammy goes on his show and lies about it and says the kid was high on drugs and attacked Melito, who was holding the gun. That's not what he said to the FBI. What he said to the FBI is that he shot him. He never mentioned Louis Miletto until it did him good, until the best thing to do was say it was Louis Miletto. It's easy to put stuff on dead people because they can't defend themselves. And Sammy's really good at that. You know, all these gangsters that outlive these people, like Ramondi and stuff, they outlive everybody around them, so they can say whatever the fuck they want. But they're all full of shit. Was Sammy a killer? Yes. Is Sammy a gangster? No. He lost that gangster label when he ratted on all those people. Okay, people will say, oh, he ratted on John Gotti because John Gotti was talking about him on the tape. Okay, so why did he rat on everybody else, including people he considered friends? He ratted on a lot of people, and people got life sentences because of him, not just John Gotti. So that's a bullshit excuse that he went after John Gotti because John Gotti was on tape talking about him. And whether John Gotti was on tape talking about him, it doesn't really matter because John Gotti wasn't talking to the law about him. This is what these gangsters do. They all got big mouths, they all got egos, and they like to brag. And that's why you always hear about these guys being caught on tape. It's been from the beginning of time, mobsters, ever since they started taping, you know, getting caught on tape because they used to like bragging about shit. They're braggarts. They're egotistical maniacs. They're homicidal maniacs. That's what they are. And this is what they do. So Sammy Guevara, I just showed you the evidence. He copyrighted me. Fine, that's all good. But it's not going to make me stop. It's going to make me do it more now. And I'm just going to learn how to get around the copyrights. I'm going to study it better, and I'm going to do more. Now, that's 5 times in 2 months that people have copyrighted me to get things taken down or have me shut down. And every copyright has failed, including the Guevara one. The only one the Guevara one just did was take my monetization away. Whoop-de-doo, a couple bucks. It wasn't a live show where I had all this money that I made. Okay, people. So once again, Gene Borrello is ordered by the court to take his bracelet off. He cut it off today. But unfortunately, I can't play the video, even though I do have the video. But I can't play it because it would get him in trouble with the courts. He's not allowed to do that. He has to stay away from, for the time being, he is not allowed online. Soon he will be allowed online. And that's really going to even things up once he comes online. And you're going to see some exclusives from me with Gene Borrello as soon as he's able to get online. Heck, Gene Borrello might even be working with people that have shows online. I don't know who, wink, wink. So for all these people waiting for this show to die, my show's getting stronger. It's not dying. And now people are noticing it, like Sammy Guevara. And whoever snitched out, and we know who snitched out about my show, because you know Sammy's not sitting at home watching my little old channel. Someone had to contact them. And who would do that here? Who's the biggest rat there is? We know who that is. Okay, people. Okay, so we got this part. Gene Borrello, ordered by the court, removed his bracelet today. He's going back to court. Hopefully everything's going to be dropped on him and he can move on with his life and get his life together and get back on these channels and get that part of his life together and start making some money, because whether you like Gene or not, you got to remember one thing. When he was on these channels, he made money because he would put up a video and he would get 30, 40, 50, 60,000 views like it's nothing. And whether you like him or John A. Light just did 2 videos that got that 170,000 views. He did one that had 170,000 views in 3 days. So people want to hear these bot guys, whether you want to hear it or not. They want to hear these guys more than they want to hear us little shits. And listen, I don't agree with these guys, but will I interview them? Hell yeah, I will interview them. Because they deserve to be interviewed. And I'm not going to sit here and back them because I don't agree with the stuff they've done. I don't agree with the fact that they ratted and stuff. I don't agree with any of that stuff. But, you know, you have other channels out here talking about, oh, these people are rats and stuff. But they're associated with rats. If you're associated with rats, don't talk about rats. Probably the only guy that's consistent on all these channels is MRE and Justice Tech Pros. Those two guys. But that's what they do. And they say it. They basically go for rats. They don't have no rat friends. But everybody else does. So people shouldn't be talking shit about rats when they're friends with rats. I'm friends with Gene Borrello. He ratted. So that takes away from what I can say. I can't say too much. But we know who the rats are online here that are ratting people out right now. That are rats. It ain't John Alite, it ain't Gene Borrello, but there is a certain person right now that hangs out with cops and brags about it and rats people out all the time. So let's not pretend that's not what's going on, people. My job is to bring you guys quality shows and do the best I can, and that's what I'm going to continue doing. It's like I said last week. I didn't take this serious enough. Then I finally got done with my schooling, got my bachelor's degree. So now I can concentrate on this channel. And what I'm going to do is concentrate on this channel, and I will blow past these other people. I'm not talking about blowing past Jimmy Calandra and stuff, but I'm talking about all the other people. People want to hear exclusive information. And I give you exclusive information. You know why? Because I ain't prejudiced and not speak to people because they're rats. But yet they speak to other rats. It's such bullshit, people. It's such bullshit. I enjoyed doing this video. I'm going to drop it right now. I hope you guys like it. I have a great interview coming up. It's going to be a big surprise. So it piss people off, but an interview is coming. Everybody take care. I hope you enjoyed my exclusives today. Take care. Oh, like, subscribe. Please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. I'd like to get to that 2,700 mark. I'm almost there. So every time I go up 100, that's a good thing. Then I get to 3,000, and then we'll move from there. I got some big exclusives coming up that's going to really help my numbers. And let's face it, it is about numbers here. That's why we're in this, to raise our numbers and to put out exclusives. And that's what you're going to get from me.